This
couple of
conference will now be recorded.
minutes. Maybe some other people may add. Looks like they are struggling to add. Okay, so we'll wait till then, just for a couple of minutes. Okay. Okay. Uh, we can start in next 1 or 2 minutes. This is the first day. That's the reason I am giving some buffer time. Right. Okay. Let me start. Like as per our demo thing, let me start again. The original stuff is like we used to discuss today. I have to start the first concept in Android with Android architecture. But before that, let me rewind the previous things what we discussed once again. So since from starting, okay. So just need 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So I will cover all the stuff related to Android. Okay, right. So why we are here is we are here to learn Android application development. Okay, so Android application development we used to develop using Android operating system only, which was implemented already. Okay, so here Android definition I have written saying that software stack for Android mobile application development. Of course, earlier it is mobile application, but latest we got Android applications for mobiles, TV, as well as smartwatches. Okay, even infotainment in the sense for cars also it is available. Okay, so four kind of applications we can do now. So that's the reason I have written Android application development. It should be anything. So what is software stack here? Technical word. It is architecture I told. So architecture in technical term again in developer terminology if I tell you. So architecture is nothing but a software development kit, SDK. So Android SDK is predefined for us. So using that Android SDK library, we are going to be implement our Android application. Okay. So that is the main motto of our Android course. Okay. So before that, I told that Android is open source mobile operating system. Because of this reason, we are occupying 75% of global market, worldwide market in the application development area, mobile application as well as smart TV and smartwatches. So open source in the sense it is for free of cost. You can download it for free of cost at any time, anywhere. Okay. Right. So just I explained history. So who had a thought to implement open source mobile operating system in his mind? The person name is Andy Rubin. He's the scientist. Okay. So who invested that product to implement? That is Google. So Google is you have to call vendor. Technical term what you have to call vendor. So Andy Robinson is the scientist, but Google is the vendor. That's the reason we have Google Play Store. Other than Google Play Store, no other site is applicable to upload your APK. Okay, please keep it in mind. So don't upload your APK into fake websites. So you have to upload it into only Google Play Store because Google is the vendor. Okay, so this product, that means whenever they are developing, they started working from 2004 and 5, but in the year 2005, they formed a committee, OHA, so which is very important. In interview also, they will ask you. So what is OHA? OHA is Open Handset Alliance. It was formed by Google company to attract mobile hardware companies because they are what is their idea, what is their product, their product is used to implement open source mobile operating system. Their intention is not to develop mobile. Their intention is they have to develop mobile operating system. But to test that mobile operating system, they need a mobile. So to attract the mobile company, they formed a committee. So who become the member of OHA, they are allowed to install this open source mobile operating system for free of cost. Okay, this free open source mobile operating system into their mobiles for free of cost. So one example, Samsung, earlier it is loaded with Bada, now it is loading with Android operating system because Samsung is the member of OHJ, HTC, MI, all these things. So for the first version of Android released into the market in the year 2009, and in the year 2009 they named open source mobile operating system into Android behalf of Andy Rubin. Okay, Android mobile operating system. So since from 2009 to 2021, we have so many number of versions are available in the market. All these are all different names available in the market. So all are alphabetical, and you have to observe from bottom to top. Okay. So what are the version names? Astro, Bender, Cupcake, Donut, Eclair, Froyo, Gingerbread, Honeycomb, Ice Cream Sandwich, Jelly Bean, Kit Kat, Lollipop, Marshmallow, Nougat, Oreo, Pie, and next has to release with Q. So very soon they are going to be reveal the name. Okay, wherever these versions of code they are versions of operating system they are releasing, they are giving some numbering. Okay, because sometimes same operating system released for multiple times with enhanced features or any bugs. Okay, example, Honeycomb released for 3 times, 3.0, 3.1, 3.2. Gingerbread for 2 times, Froyo for 1 time, Eclair for 3 times, kind of thing. So to maintain some difference, they are maintaining version number. And what is API here? API is nothing but application programming interface. Application programming interface is nothing but whatever the new feature they are integrating. So what kind of code they have used to implement that feature, that will be provided here in the API. Where can I find that API available is you can find that API in developer.android.com website. I will show you that website later because I have to explain Android environment setup. So this environment setup I have to explain to you once I am done with the first component, first concept, then I am going to be defined. So I told Android application development I will do in two parts. One is front end, designing XML, okay, including material design concepts, all the things I am going to be explained to you. Next, other one, backend I am designing. So 5 core components are available: activity, intent, services, broadcast receiver, content provider. These are the 5 core components used to implement any of the Android mobile application. Other than this, there is no Android components are available to implement your Android application. If you learn these 5 core components, that's enough to design any Android application. It should be any kind of domain. Okay, so it will do that. Next, along with that, I told extra features I am going to be tell you: integrating web services, Google Maps, Firebase communication, cloud messaging, that means notifications, analytics, crash analytics. All these things I am going to be cover during our course. This is we discussed yesterday, right? So these are all we discussed yesterday. Since from couple of days we are discussing. Okay, so exactly in 10 minutes I have finished. This is the overview what I have given till now. Today I am going to be start very important concept. What is Android SDK? How it is defined? So this is Android SDK. This is nothing but architecture of Android. Okay, before that, I'll make you understand two technical words. So first, I would like to tell you the concept name, what I am going to be explain to you. So what is that architecture? But before that, I would like to explain what do you mean by architecture. Okay, so here architecture is nothing but a plan without any implementation. Without any implementation. So just it's a paperwork. It's a paperwork. That is nothing but a architecture. Okay. Next, SDK or framework. So SDK or framework, if I say framework is nothing but same plan. It's a plan with semi implementation. That means whatever the architectured structure will be there, that they are going to be implemented in the format of code. Okay, a plan with semi implementation called framework. Okay, so these are the two differences. So you have to understand these two things. What do you mean by architecture? What do you mean by a framework? A plan with semi implementation called framework, a plan without any implementation called architecture. So this is already implemented as Android SDK, but what before implementing that framework, how they draw the Android architecture, that we are going to be learn. Okay, so if you observe here, total this image, I hope all of you are able to see my screen, right? If any of you are not available to see, please ping me here. Okay, right? So if you got any query, you can unmute and then ask, no problem. Okay, right? So the first thing, this is the diagram, architecture diagram, Android architecture. This is how they started designing. So here each part is differentiated with the underlines, right? See, this is one part, this is another part. Okay, it's combination of one, it's all one part, but inside this two another one more part is available. This is another. So total I used to define 5 parts. Okay, so Android architecture contains total how many parts? 5 parts, you can say. Okay, in that you have to come from bottom to top. Okay, first one is Linux kernel layer. First layer or first part, you have to call it as Linux kernel layer. Second one, libraries layer. Libraries layer. Let me add that one so that you can understand what it is. Next, you have Android runtime layer. This will uh, plays very crucial role. Okay, so execution all is responsible from runtime only. Next, applications framework layer. Applications framework layer. Next, you will have applications layer. Applications layer. So total 5 layers. Whatever I have written, all these things are available. If you just check once, see there, see there, Linux kernel layer is there. So this Linux kernel layer, next libraries layer, runtime layer, application framework layer, applications layer. Okay, this all the combination of this one is nothing but our Android operating system. So what I am telling, the combination of all 5 layers are nothing but our Android operating system. So that's the reason the definition of Android, what I say, it's a stack of software components. Okay, so stack of software components, that's the reason I told. Okay, so let me explain the first layer. See, uh, this topic, regarding this topic, this is just for knowledge purpose. Okay, in interview some people will ask, some people may not ask. If they ask, simply you have to explain the 5 layers names and one line about each layer. Nobody will ask what is this, what is this kind of stuff. Okay, it's very simple topic, right? So in that first, let me explain this first layer, which is Linux kernel layer. So this Linux kernel layer is always at the bottom, that we know. Okay, so approximately, see here, just to some if you look at here, some kind of components are available: display driver, camera driver, flash memory driver, binder driver, power management, audio drivers, Wi-Fi drivers, keypad drivers. Like if you observe here, like looks like all are drivers. So you are all aware about what is a driver, right? So driver is in the sense communication between software and hardware. which will established by a driver. So Linux kernel layer which was fully loaded with all hardware drivers. Okay, that's the reason we have another name for this, saying that hardware abstraction layer. Okay, so hardware abstraction layer. So this is the one. Another name of Linux kernel layer is hardware abstraction layer. So how many hardware drivers are available in the Linux kernel layer? If I say approximately 115 libraries are available as of now. So the latest Android architecture version is 3.6. In the 3.6, 115 Android drivers are available. So later they may add new enhancement. Then they will add one more patch. Okay. So what is the main purpose of this Linux kernel is to maintain communication, essential communication between device hardware and device operating system. For example, my mobile have a camera. I see camera, it should be in the back side, right? Camera have lenses which will capture image, but how you are going to be load camera app, that means how you are going to be open camera app. That camera app, if you would like to open, so you it must derive, that means it must contain camera driver, then only your camera hardware will listen to the camera software button. Okay, so this will make communication. Okay, similarly, keypad driver, Wi-Fi driver, each driver is there. And one more important point, any driver you cannot remove, any driver you cannot edit. It's fully abstracted. In technical terms, I'm telling, it's fully abstracted and hidden. You can't access the driver, you can't edit the driver. Okay, you cannot remove any of the driver, you cannot allow to insert any new driver. Who will go insert that? Only Google developers, authorized developers can insert the drivers. Okay, so this is the one, simple, only one point. It contains all the drivers. It is used to make communication between what, device hardware and device operating system. That's only another one. It contains total 115 drivers. That's it. 115 drivers are available with the 3.6 version. Other than that, nothing is there. Okay, forget about all the stuff. Nobody required with other extra information. Next, another layer, libraries layer. So this on top of Linux. See, I forgot one point here. So this particular part implemented by a engineer, his name is kernel, and particular these drivers are placed using Linux operating system. Only this layer was designed by using Linux operating system. It was implemented by kernel layer, because behalf of these reasons they named it as Linux kernel. Okay, or else it will be hardware abstraction layer. Okay, so only that point. Okay, next on top of that you will have libraries layer. So what is this libraries layer? So you have to remember only one point, libraries layer, in the sense set of libraries are available. Okay, set of libraries are available in that libraries layer. Example here, SQLite is a library available here. Actually, what is SQLite? SQLite is a database file, Android internal database, which was hidden. Okay, that SQLite, if I would like to invoke, that means if I would like to write database functions, I have to use this SQLite. That means you no need to get any new library files. It's all already available in our Android SDK. Similarly, here you have SSL libraries. So SSL is nothing but you have to write internet security. You will have network, internet, kind of so many layers are available. 7 kind of network layers are available. All those are available in the SSL, and you will have audio, video. All those are all like SGL library. It will come. OpenGL, yes. So that is a very advanced framework to make animations. kind of so many libraries are available in this. Okay, we don't have count every time they are keep on increasing. Okay, so from this layer only we are going to be invoke all our components. Okay, so here also one more point, you can't insert any new library, you can't delete any new library, it's also fully abstracted, everything is fully abstracted. Okay, so that's that. Next, next another layer we have Android runtime. So what is Android runtime? Android runtime in the sense you will have only two things. One is core library. Okay. Second one is Dalvik virtual machine. Okay. So what is a core library? Okay. So I can say core library is nothing but whatever the code you have written using your libraries. For example, in my application, I have invoked a button. So that button is from Android.widget package, which is part of libraries. So if I would like to execute this one, I need a core library. That means this core library, it can be executed with a library. Again, execute this library is in hand with a core library. That's what I am trying to say. Okay. So next, another important point is there, Dalvik virtual machine. Please keep it aside. There is a separate diagram which I am going to be explained to you after this one. Okay. Dalvik virtual machine is different. So this has complete responsibility to generate output of your Android application. What is output of your Android application? APK file. Okay, APK file. Who will generate APK file? So Dalvik virtual machine is responsible to generate APK. How it is going to be generated, that I am going to be explained in a different format. Okay, next come to the other layer. What is the other layer? You have application framework layer. So here if you observe application framework layer, activity manager, window manager, component manager, view system, package manager, telephony manager, resource manager, location manager, notification manager, like everything is manager. So what do you mean by manager? Manager is nothing but your service. Your service is nothing but your application framework layer. Location manager is responsible to provide current location latitude longitude. Notification manager is responsible to display newly shared notification with you. Telephony manager is responsible when you are making call, sending SMS, receiving SMS, kind of stuff. Package manager is responsible to invoke all the libraries. Activity manager is responsible to display your activity or your screen. Window manager is responsible, okay, while you are loading from one screen to another screen, height, everything it has to do. Content provider is responsible for databases. Okay, so all these things are available in the application framework layer. In single word, if I would like to tell you, so application framework layer is nothing but, it's all nothing but services, high level services we can say. Okay, next, last component, last layer, which is applications layer. So applications layer, what it will do, it is a top layer. Okay, so any application you installed in your Android mobile application, that will sit inside the application layer only. Okay, so this layer main work is, it has to communicate with all other layers and make your application executable. For example, I have downloaded WhatsApp application. That WhatsApp application is, the shortcut is available in my device home, right? Then this device home, when I open that WhatsApp, first it will ask you to read device contacts. Your device contacts will be stored in the SQLite database. So first it will come to content provider. That means what it will do, your phone contains contacts application. WhatsApp will request pack content provider to read contacts application database. If content provider approved that, then whatever the data, your content contacts data is available in the SQLite database. So that SQLite will be accessed. That means how many layers it is communicating? Application framework layer, libraries layer. Okay, if I would like to open camera from application, so camera, it will come to camera driver. Okay, and camera library I have to invoke. That means application layer is communicating with libraries layer, Linux kernel layer, to display the camera. So this is the main part of application layer. So all 5 layers together it is working. Okay, let me explain Dalvik virtual machine. What is the main role of Dalvik virtual machine? Okay,
Sir, I have one doubt.
yes, please.
Sir, okay. Can you go to the screen you have shown right before, right? This the diagram.
Sorry, can you ask me again?
So the diagram, sir, you have shown the diagram of architecture. So I
Okay, okay,
just
yeah.
yeah. So here, like I have one doubt, like application, whatever we have developed in Android, right? These will see as application layer, right? Technically. So how different between like application framework and the library for with respect to the application which we
One
develop?
second, one second. I'm getting disturbance in your voice. So can you
Can I
tell
repeat
me?
the question?
Still not good. Your voice I am not getting clear.
Uh, okay. I type it then.
Yeah, please type. Please type it so that I can explain it. Okay, so Dalvik virtual machine is there. So what is Dalvik virtual machine? See, all of you are aware about Java virtual machine, right? So Java virtual machine is responsible to execute our Java programming. But Dalvik virtual machine here, combination of user interface plus combination of your backend logic. That means .java files you are going to be created. Okay, so these two has to execute. How it is going to be executed? Okay, so I have a diagram with me which I have derived. Let me open for you. Where is it? Oh, sorry, here it is. I forgot it actually. So how Android will generate the application? Yeah, I got the query. I will explain you how application framework and library with respect to application layer. Uh,
Yeah, means actually how application framework and the library different with respect to application layer, like the application we develop.
okay, okay. Application layer and application framework layer. How we will differentiate? You are telling. Am I correct?
Application point of view.
Yeah, yeah. So applications layer is nothing but whatever the application you installed or whatever we developed, that will be displayed as a application only. Okay, just it's kind of consider it is a user interface for us. Applications is nothing but whatever the Android operating system which is displaying all applications in a home. Okay, so uh, so that should have some storage, right? Application has to display, that is nothing but applications. And what is application framework is nothing but application framework is loaded with fully loaded services, high level services. So if your application, for example, I have installed Ola application. Okay, so Ola application means by default you can understand that it is fully loaded with Google Maps. So what is the main work of Ola application is fetch current location. Okay, even destination location details also need to grab. So who will work on location? Location manager will work. That means application framework layer is working, we are going to be invoke this location manager as a service component. That service component I am going to be explained in the core components. So these 5 core components I am going to be explained to you, right? So here whatever I am writing, each thing I am going to be designed to you. Okay, you no need to worry how to create a service. In that service, how I am going to be write location manager service. Using that location manager service, how I am going to be get current latitude longitude, how and how I am going to be display on the user interface. That user interface is nothing but applications layer. So each one have relation. Okay, here the thing is I am splitting all the parts. Okay, I hope you got some answer. Okay, still no worry. I'll explain you clearly. Don't worry. But let me finish this APK generation. Right. It's okay. Remember me, we can say. One second. It is asking for you. Okay. So how Dalvik virtual machine is generating APK file? I hope you are able to see. See here, this is my Android application where I told like I have to derive this Android application into two parts. First one is front end. In the front end, see every front end file, that is user interface, how you are going to be defined as XML file, .xml file, right? So number of .xml files will be available, and for some buttons you will append some images, even radio button, checkbox, all those things for beautification. Okay, you are going to be append some images, and even your application can support internationalization. That means multiple languages code, and sometimes you may keep in your application with video or audio files. Okay, some PPT or PDF files you can include, or any other stuff, Word file, any file you can keep. So any of the file you can include, so that I can treat it as a front end. And in the backend you are going to be implement everything as .java file. Okay, I have to execute these things together, and what is my final output file? I have to generate .epic. It's combination of backend and as well as front end. So front end how it is going to be execute, backend how it is going to be execute. So in Android, first whatever the backend .java files you have written, that will go to JVM, because whenever you are installing Android, so you are going to be install Java first. Okay, you have to set up JDK and JRE environments. It is mandatory for us. So whenever you are giving JDK .java files, first JVM will collect that file. So .java files it will take to JDK. So output of JDK you will get it as .class, that you know. So again this .class file we will give it to JRE, runtime environment. We will get some machine code. So that machine code will be sent to DVM by using a tool called DX tool, Dalvik executable tool. Okay, so it is internally defined by Android software. Okay, so Android software will collect it will initiate DX tool, it will collect JVM executed machine code will be taken to DVM. Okay, it will stop over there. Similar way it will be executed with one thread. In another way, another thread, UI thread, will be created. This UI thread will be taken to AAPT tool. What AAPT tool will do, AAPT tool will be generated with a single file with the name called r.java. So I am going to be explain this r.java whenever I am starting writing code. Okay, if I tell you, you may get confusion, but as of now you have to keep it in mind. All your front end will be converted into a single r.java. Only one file will be generated. You can keep anything, n number of unlimited thing you can keep. Everything will be converted into r.java file. That r.java file it will take to DVM with the help of DX tool. So DX tool is responsible to collect machine code from JVM and r.java file from the AAPT tool. Both will be combined, clubbed together, and it will be shared with APK builder tool. This APK builder tool is it will generate a .apk file together. So your .apk file size, you know how much, even your application size you have. For example, you placed 100 GB of files, but after compressing, you will get approximately 10 GB, 100 MB kind of APK only. Max not greater than 100 MB. 100 MB is very high. You know, nowadays we are getting 4.86 MB, 5 MB, 7 MB max ID. 7 greater than 7 I didn't see. Max 7 only I see. Okay, even though it is having 100 of screens, n number of images. Okay, max 7, worst case 100 MB. More than that we cannot generate. Okay, in my 10 years of Android application development, I never see more than greater than 7 MB file. Okay, I am going to be explain to you r.java, how it is, how it was formed, everything in the r.java. Keep it in mind, just keep it in mind. Okay, right. So this is the one. So now you have to understand, Dalvik virtual machine is responsible to generate the APK. So internally it will operate communication in between these 5 layers together. That's the reason I said my Android operating system is a software stack. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, so 1 minute. I will clarify the doubt first. Maybe my question, yeah, like Flutter or reactive native. So either see, basically React Native mobile or Flutter, we are going to be work out with Java only. Okay, everything with the Java only. Right. Uh, how many processes created by uh, one application? Kind of think what kind of yeah, you can use. Sorry, so many questions I didn't see. Okay, Strut framework. Yeah, internationalization. See, Strut is different for us. Android is different. It is for only mobile. So Strut is for we'll get for Java, right? It is web application development. So what we are learning is mobile application development. That is different. Okay. So but same. How the behavior is same. Okay, next, how many process in the sense, for what reason you are asking that I need. Okay, let me take that one. I will give last 5 minutes time. Fine. Which language? Yeah, it's Java only. Everything is Java only. Okay, right. And one more request: who are added new persons? Okay, please provide your mail ID as well as mobile number. This class video will be shared with you. Okay, so if you don't share, who are all shared, forget. Who didn't share, please share here in my comments. Okay, if you don't share, you won't get any video. And one more thing, this link will be expired in next 3 days. Okay, so you won't get any further communication if you don't share your mail ID as well as mobile number. That's the reason I'm asking. Please don't mind, your data won't be misused. Okay, I'm giving sure. Okay, so this is one thing. Okay, it's very simple topic, just a normal basic thing. um, I'm going to be share all these things later with you. Okay, next, first let me make you understand how to set up Android environment. Okay, so basically this Android environment you would like to set up. Yesterday I told the system requirements. uh, Hard disk unlimited, you know, we people are getting 1 terabyte, even 500 GB is also enough for me. I need I don't want much memory external, but only the problem with the RAM. And this Android is available with the Linux operating system, Ubuntu, as well as Windows. Okay, it's platform independent. Okay, any platform you can take, no problem. So most of us we are using Windows only. If any of the people are using Mac, you can take Mac Android Studio, no problem. Okay, right. So the thing is, first what I have to do is I have to download Android Studio. let me show you a website where I can download Android Studio. Okay, we have standard website which is maintained by Google. So and developer.android.com. Okay, it's official website for us. So you can download everything from here. Okay, this is standard website for us. Okay, so please provide your details. Okay, later I will share with the Durga before ending the session. And looks like let me remind once again. Achint I shared. I hope Swapna you attended yesterday. Yes, I think you attended yesterday. I think Mayur also yesterday you attended. Sushmita is the new candidate. Teja Tejasvi is the first person name. Sorry, first demo you listened. I think yeah. Uh, okay. So next Santosh. Santosh also is there. I think I shared. Who are all not shared? Please share. No problem. Okay. If not, how it works? Okay, I will explain. Just let me conclude this one. Uh, Android developers. First installation I will tell. Later I will give you the extra time. Okay, for that. Don't worry. For every query, I am going to be clarified to you. Right. So here, developer.android.com is there. You can find Android Studio. Down, click on download option. Okay. Here, you will get a button. Download Android Studio 4.1.1 latest version with for Windows 64-bit. For other download options, you can click on here. So Windows 64-bit, Mac, Linux, Chrome. So these things are available. Anyone you can select. Okay, right. So if you download, what you will get? You will get a exe file like this. Okay, Android Studio bundle Windows. I am using 64-bit Android operating system, 64-bit Windows operating system. I have downloaded Windows 64. After that, one more is important for you, Java, JDK. So JDK, where it is available for you? So earlier Java is implemented by Sun Microsystems, but Sun Microsystems is acquired by Oracle now. So you will find Oracle website with Java. Okay, you can download Java, or else in the internet you can directly type Java download, Java download for Windows 10 or Windows 7, whatever it is, 64-bit. Okay, so directly it will take to this one where your Oracle. Okay, so Java runtime environment, Java this one. Okay, so from Oracle website you can download the Java files, anything is fine. Let me open this Java SE runtime environment. Okay, see JDK as well as JRE, both I need. So you can download Java SC. It will provide JRE as well as JDK, both required. So you will get a file like this. Okay. So first you have to set up JDK. That means Java. So like Java have two things. Java have two environments, right? One is JDK. I have to set up JDK path. Second one I have to set up JRE path. So how to set up JDK as well as JRE? That means whenever you got this one .exe file, you have to double tap. If you are having a 64-bit operating system, it will go to program files and it will install a Java folder. If you have 32-bit, it will go to program files into 86. 32-bit this file, 64-bit this file. So go to this file. Okay. So inside this you will have Java folder. So inside the Java folder, you will have this JDK JRE. JDK JRE. So JDK you have to set up, JRE you have to set up. Total three variables, three environment variables you have to set up for Java. So what are the three environment variables? I am going to be right here. I will show you how I set in my things. Of course, you know all these things, but let me show you once again for you. So for JDK, you have to give variable name. So variable name as path Okay, so variable value you have to give it as one location. Okay, what is the location? JDK bin. Okay, open the bin folder and complete copy of this one. Okay, complete copy of this one. Complete copy of this folder. Okay, let me show you where you are going to be set the environment variables. You have to set environment variables in the my computer. Okay, right click on my computer, properties. Right click on my computer, properties. Here you will find advanced system settings. Go to advanced system settings. So here you are finding system properties window. In that advanced tab is over there. Go to the advanced tab, environment variables. Okay, here. So here again in the environment variables you will have two blocks. One is user variable, system variable. So you can take user variable for reference. Okay, path I have to use for JDK. Okay, as I told, JDK you have to give variable name as path, variable value is this one. C program files JDK bin. Okay, you have to enter this one. This one. Next we have the JRE. For JRE, what is the variable name you have to set up in the environment variables? That is class path you have to write. Class path. Next variable value. Variable value you have to provide. So what is this variable value you have? Let me show you. Yeah. So I am clicking on OK. For variable value, you have to give class path, edit it, class path, and you have to go to JRE. So this time I open JDK. Now I have to go to Java. One second, it's giving some problem. JRE bin, must bin folder. Copy this entire one, and you can use this one here. Class path value. Okay, semicolon. Done. So path, class path value I have provided. Along with this, you need one more thing. Sorry, one second. You may get confused over here. Variable name, variable value. This one, variable name, variable value. Next one here, JRE is there. This JRE I have, sorry, another one I have to write. Another one for Android Studio. This is why I am writing is, if you would like to launch Android Studio, you must write this variable name. It should be there. So what is the variable name is Java underscore home. If you don't write this, you can't open Android Studio. Okay, that's the reason. Next, what is a variable value you are going to be writing? So this variable value is just see Java JDK. Java JDK is this one. Java, and this is JDK. Java JDK. Don't open bin. Copy this one and you can paste it over as Java underscore home, as I did. Okay. So these three variables you have to set, which are mandatory. Okay. So if you don't set Java underscore home, Android Studio won't open. Okay, that is the problem you will get with this. Okay, so after doing this Java setup, you have to start installing Android Studio. Whenever you start installing Android Studio, what it will do, what are all it is going to be installed. So how you are going to be installed? Very simple. I told you, you will get a Android software, that is .exe file Android Studio, which has 900 MB exe file. Double tap on that, automatically it will start installing. Okay, so what it is going to be installed for you in Android Studio case? So in Android Studio, it will install two things. One is Android SDK. Okay, second one is Android virtual device. So if it is installing Android SDK, which version it is going to be installed? What is the latest version is available in the website? So Android 11 is the latest version, 10 or 11. So that is going to be installed into your application. as SDK. Okay, let me show you platform. What platform we have latest one? Android. So Android 10. Android 10 it will provide you. Android 10, so which is Q version developer SDK. Okay, so that it will install. Okay, get ready with the Android SDK as well as Android virtual device. So virtual device is used to execute our application. Okay, so get ready with this stuff. First, set up with Java as well as Android Studio. SDK and virtual device, all these things together, total things, it will take approximately 4 GB to 4.5 GB. Okay, so 4 GB to 4.5 GB memory required to install and set up everything. But RAM recommended is 8 GB. 4 GB also work, but it will work very slow. Okay, so very slow you will get. Okay, this is the setup. Try to do setup in your laptops. Okay, if you find any problem doing setup, please let me know tomorrow. I'll try to resolve all the stuff. Okay, this is the one. I'll stop today for the things. Okay, let me concentrate on the um, uh, queries what we have. Okay, right, let me close all these things. Right, we have some queries here. Yeah, when we start the Android application, then is it create a single process? Yes, only single thread will be run for us. Okay, so that single thread again it is going that single thread OS thread will be divided into user interface thread, backend thread. Two, it will be divided separately, and in that again subthreads will be treated. Okay, that making parts, that how we will divide later I am going to be teach to you. Once we start coding, automatically I will teach you everything. Right. uh, yes, yes, everything we are going to be right, no problem. One program addition of two number or user ID. See this program I am going to be teach to you in SQLite database as well as web service also I am going to be show it for you. Don't worry. Okay, so how to retrieve the data, how to update the data, or how to add the data, all those things I'm going to be show to you. So this program I'm going to be display for you when I am executing SQLite database. Don't worry. Now I just started with theory is only for 3 classes. Okay, so I don't have to take more theory classes, everything is practical. So every day we used to start what is the concept, what are the SDK components we are using, how to invoke that SDK component in my program, how to write effective coding, including if and else validations, okay, switcher case loops, okay, any array list, what I am writing, okay, how I am going to be execute, what is the thread process, how much memory it is accessing. So all these things together I am going to be display every day for you. Okay, today I displayed for you Android architecture to make you simple understanding about the Android software. Okay. Tomorrow I am going to be start Android user interface, which is very important component. Don't miss this. Okay. So tomorrow exactly at 9 p.m. we are going to be start Android user interface design. So that's the reason I am requesting you to install Android software today or by tomorrow before say our session, so that whenever start doing this, I will open Android Studio and I will show you different properties what are all available. Before that I have to explain some theory, make you understand some Android technical words. I'll make you understand and I will display something for you. Okay, so once I'll make you understand about Android user interface. This will take 1 hour. Then we'll start slowly running to the core components. Let me start including core components. I have to explain activity in the third class. In the third class I am going to be explain what is activity, how to create a Java file, okay, how to append whatever the XML file I have created, how to include that one, and how I am going to be execute together that one. So one sample program I am going to be display for you. After that, to make you understand, another sample file, like that. So slowly every day to day, I'm going to be add logic for you. Okay. So don't worry. So today and tomorrow you will have the just theory classes. From third day onwards, I'll show you the Android Studio, how to create all the methods, override methods, how to override, okay, how to invoke that one, and how to execute our application. Slowly, I will convert everything into programming. Don't worry, every sample, each and every sample, I am going to be explain to you. You no need to worry. Once you get once we are setting into the track, slowly what I am doing, I am getting into my track. Once you start the track, you got the track, then automatically your train will be started. It's kind of expressway, everything will go. Okay, you no need to worry. Yeah, this is very good question. Right, now I am going to explain, just I will take 2 minutes. Other than that, and once again I am reminding you, if anyone not shared the data, please share with me so that I can share with the Durgasoft, or else you will miss the videos and next continuation link, because these links will expire. We have a validity of 5 days or 10 days, I don't know exactly, but they have given for me 4 days or 5 days. Already I used, this is third day, maybe within 1 or 2 days it may expire. Okay, for demo purpose we created for 5 days. Okay, so don't forget. Okay. So yes, this is a good question. What is difference between native application and hybrid application? Yes. So see, basically how clients will see like this only. Why should I develop a separate application for Android, separate application for iOS, even though it contains same features? Okay, why can't I create a single program and which will work for Android mobile as well as iPhone and Windows, BlackBerry, blah blah blah, what it is? There is one main big problem, because whatever the operating system they are deriving for Android operating system, for iPhone operating system, based on the features set. Okay, some mobile hardwares can satisfy, some mobile softwares cannot satisfy. For example, one simple example I will explain, and compare Android camera and iPhone camera. Okay, Android camera, even though it is 64 GB lenses it is using, you won't get good clarity as much you have in the iPhone. This is realistic. I am not telling iPhone camera is very good, Android camera is very bad, because they are using good lenses in iPhone, because iPhone have very good value, because price is too high. That's the reason they are using good lenses. Whereas coming to the part of Android phone, 10,000, 12,000 they are providing. So very lightweight lenses they are using, so that you will get very normal picture clarity. Picture clarity you are getting in the sense, in iPhone, if you capture one image, the image size it will be approximately 10 MB, 12 MB, 13 MB, like that. If you capture Android image with 64 megapixel also, it will be like 2 MB, 1 MB kind of thing. 12 MB is very high. Okay, 2 MB is very less. Okay, fine. I have implemented one application with reactive JS, or we have Xamarin. Xamarin is a technology which is used to generate cross-platform or hybrid applications. Okay, using Xamarin, I have implemented one application. That application will execute in Android as well as iPhone. Okay, so I installed Xamarin. My application have camera feature. I'm going to be use that phone. Sorry, I have installed that APK in my Android, which is working fine. But whereas if I install that one in my iPhone, sometimes it will give stuck or blank screen. It will give. Why? Because picture clarity is too high, resolution is too high. That resolution you can't handle in the program. Resolution has to sort out and it has to compress using the native operating system. But your native operating system, if iPhone can't support, then you may get your application crash sometimes. It's truth. It's proven. That's the reason, last 2 or 4 years back, exactly 4 years back, a very new technology released into the market with the name called phone gap. Or else you can search in the Google what is phone gap. Very fast, whenever it started releasing, we feel that maybe Android life maybe in risk. But within 1 year, we got very bad reviews for the phone gap. Now it is not at all available in the market. Yeah, phone gap. Yes, it's not at all available in the market because of every time, because of it is not. See, the truth I am telling. If you compare Samsung operating system, Android operating system, compare MI phone, Android operating system. Both are different because Android software is allowing mobile developers, that means mobile hardware, who are the hardware companies, they are allowing to customize as per their own. You know, Samsung is installing with Android operating system, but in the Samsung, if you open, they won't write it is Android operating system. They will write Samsung operating system 9.0 version because they have customized some features. They have restricted some features in Android operating system to make not that means to make not crash or to satisfy their hardware. That means Android is allowing Android is allowing hardware vendors to satisfy their own features. So vendors may convert your operating system or may decline some features. Particularly if you would like to take only pure Android operating system mobiles, only you can take Google Pixel mobile, LG mobile. LG is not changing any kind of any even single line of code. They are not changing in the Android operating system. Whatever Google provided, same one is loading and releasing. Google Pixel mobile, same one it is loading and releasing. But if you compare Samsung, it is customizing. MI it is customizing. Redmi it is customizing, kind of thing. Because Android operating system, but they are allowing to make changes. So why they are changing? Because of the hardware configuration what they are providing. To satisfy that hardware configuration, they are making changes. So if you come to the hybrid application, sometimes it may not satisfy the hardware configuration because iPhone hardware configuration, BlackBerry hardware configuration, Android hardware configuration totally different. It's all independent. Okay, so sometimes it will crash. So what user will feel if application keep on crashing? This is worst application. You may get bad review from the customer. That's the reason client is not accepted. So even though it is double work, Android separately, iPhone separately. Even if you are the real-time person, even you can go and check in your company. Android application development is different, iPhone application development is different, but your application is only one. It will be developed by iPhone developer separately, it will be developed by Android developer separately. Okay, that is all. I hope you got some idea. Okay, later I am going to be add. Sorry, I have taken extra 4 minutes. I have taken your extra time. So anybody forgot to share me the details? Please let me know. Okay. So or else you will face some problem. Okay, right. So any other queries you have? Okay, if you don't have any queries, what is tomorrow session? I am reminding you. Tomorrow session we are going to be discuss about how to design Android user interface. But before that, make sure to install Java and ready with the Android Studio. Okay, tomorrow I will open my Android Studio and I will explain you the user interface. Okay, once I started explaining, you can also start doing the user interface. Okay, day to day work. Okay, hope you got some knowledge. Okay, who are the new joiners? You have really interested. You can continue from tomorrow because today only first session we have. Okay, so you can continue. Right. Hope you got some knowledge. Or if you still have any queries, you can tell me.
Sir,
Rest
I
of the
have a
people
one
we
more.
can do. Yeah, yeah. Please, please.
Sir, I have a last question.
Sure, please.
Sir, my last question is very simple. That in Android, this Android is itself is a language or is it operating systems, and Pluto like languages are using, or which language we are using? Like because this making some confusion, sir.
Yeah, okay, okay. Actually, Android is a operating system. It's not a programming
Yes, sir.
language. Sorry for that.
Okay.
Android is a
Yes.
operating system, mobile operating system.
Yes,
So
sir.
to develop Android applications, we have multiple kind of languages. First preference Java, Kotlin is
Okay.
also available. Nowadays we are
Okay.
getting Pluto,
Okay.
reactive
Sir,
native,
sir.
these things.
Yeah. Sir, we will use that language called
Java here.
Java. Okay.
We are using
This
here Java, and even
Java.
Kotlin I'm going to be teach
Mm,
to you later, because once you get
mm,
very good command in Java, because Kotlin
mm.
is as much as similar with the Java only. It's a kind of
Sir,
JavaScript. You know
sir,
JavaScript, right? Yeah.
currently in the market we have different type of apps. All the apps are designing in Java language, or these are designed in Flutter, or these are designed in which languages? Which is most preferable one?
90% Java only.
Okay, okay, sir.
90% Java. If your client asks you to implement in Kotlin,
Hmm,
Kotlin is not 5 to 6% it is occupied. Very
hmm, hmm,
rare companies, rare clients are asking. So
hmm, hmm,
I
hmm,
not even even last time my client asked me to implement Kotlin, but I
hmm,
figure out some disadvantages in the Kotlin. We got
hmm,
some real-time problems while updating
hmm,
APK. That's the reason I
hmm,
explained the same with a demo. So he accepted
hmm.
to do implement with the Java only. Okay, we have Dagger
Sir,
tool, RX Java, all these things. But here
hmm.
I am going to be teach to you with the Java. One
Sir,
or two examples I am going to be display with you Kotlin.
Sir, one more question is that this Java language, what we already know, that is CoreJava, Advanced Java, same concept are there in this designing the applications like app.
Only J2SC. In that OOPS concepts, if you know, that's enough for me.
Mhm. Okay, okay,
Only
okay, sir.
J2SC
Okay.
required. Android won't support J2 EE or ME. Okay,
Hmm,
only
hmm,
J2SC. In that, if you know OOPS
hmm,
concept, that's it for me. Because what are the five
hmm,
components SDK is available, that is only I'm
hmm,
going to how to create class, how to invoke
hmm,
a instance, that means how to invoke a class in another class, inheritance
hmm,
interface, encapsulation, if you
hmm.
know, that's enough.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
No other
Okay,
stuff.
sir. Please, sir. I would like to request you. Please show us one demo program like a user ID and password, or addition of the phone
Yes,
number,
yes,
or
definitely,
you can
definitely will get.
please, please,
100% you will
please
get
show this.
implemented.
Yes. We have some questions on that. Thank you, sir. Thank
Sure,
you very
sure.
much. Thanks
Okay.
a lot.
Okay, thank you. Any other queries? Okay, if you are interested, you can join from tomorrow with the same link. When link change, you will get the mail directly mail from the Durga sir. If you didn't register, please ping here. Okay, because I will share with them. So Tejashwini has shared. I hope Tejashwini shared yesterday also. Santosh. Okay, Sushmita. Santosh. Okay. Right. So these are all I will copy. And any other? No. Okay. Right, guys. Thanks for joining. Uh, if you are okay, you can still join tomorrow. Okay. We'll have discussion again. Okay. Okay. Let me share your provided details with the Durga sir. So tomorrow morning, who are the new members? Okay, they will give a call to you to get the feedback, as well as whatever the video they have recorded. It's all everything in Durgasoft hand only. Okay, so they are responsible to share with you. Okay, you have to you must register with them. Okay, let me, yesterday also I shared, so today also let me reply with them. Durgasoft, this is your details. Tejashwini, Santosh, Santosh, Sushmita, how is mobile number, sorry, Sushmita, Santosh. Okay, I hope this is Tejasvi. Okay, right, Tejasvi. Okay, fine. So this is Android 9 p.m. batch day one. Day one, new joiners. Please find the details below. I'm done with my job. I have shared your data with them. So I'm promising you it won't be misused. Okay? Right. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining. Okay, let me end the meeting. Or still you have any queries? Yeah, Sushmita asked me a question like, what are all the concepts we are going to learn in this course? Okay, okay, you are today right. See, um, advanced material design concepts like tab host to view pager, okay, recycler view, floating action button, navigation drawer. All these are all material design concepts, and how to create a activity like a screen. In that, how to drag and drop XML. That means how to design user interface. All these things I am going to be teach to you. Along with activity, fragments are newly introduced components. Fragments I am going to be explained to you. Okay. Next to intent components, service components, broadcast receiver, content provider, all these things together. Approximately throughout our course, approximately you will get 50 samples. Along with that, I will teach you integrating web services into our Android application. Okay, and how to push a Firebase notification. You will get Amazon, Flipkart notifications, right? So those kind of notifications, how they are sharing with us, how to capture those notifications in our Android, and analytics. So who are installed my application? So whether who is liking my screen more? Okay, kind of stuff. If my application got crashed, user don't know how to share it, so we will get crash logs in the crashlytics, okay, including Firebase is a software which will provide some application data for us, okay, that I am going to be aligned. Along with that, how to generate a release APK to place your APK into Play Store. Okay, these are all things I am going to be teaching. Okay, any other you are expecting? Maximum 99.99%. What are all I am using in real time? Those are all I am going to be explaining. Okay, so I'm not a tutor. It's I'm working as a technical leader as well as architect for Android application. Yes, database. We have Android SQLite database. That creating SQLite database I am going to be explain to you. That is content provider. Whatever I have written here, everything, each and everything I am going to be explaining to you. SQLite database. And while discussing integrating web service, how a web service created, how it hosted, what kind of databases they are going to be used, those things I will give you an overview. Okay, or else if you when they call, I shared your details, right? So whatever the demo I have explained two demos. Okay, ask them to provide the demo links also. Okay, so definitely they will give. Okay, or else 1 second, let me check here. They uploaded the latest one or not? Let me check. 1 second. Let me 27/9/27. 411. Oh, sorry, it's 411 is there. Uh, Latest one they didn't upload. Okay, I will ask them. Or else, if you still would like to check, okay, you can take this one. You can take this one. Whatever my previous demos. So in that demo, I have explained clearly what are all I am going to be discussed. You can take this. Yeah, okay. You can copy paste now. Once you are done, you can listen, or else if you request, they will provide you the latest demo. Okay, no problem. Any other queries? You can ask any other queries, no problem. Mayur, Swapna, do you have any queries? Okay. Yeah, okay, okay, Swapna. Thank you. Uh, I think Mayur, how about you? Okay, thank you. Sushmita, no problem. I think today is your first session. If you have any queries, you can ask me, no problem. You can think and ask, no problem. Okay. Okay then. Uh, or else I will request. Okay. Tomorrow morning, early morning, I call Durga sir. Anyway, your details are provided. I will ask them to call you. Okay. So you can ask any other queries also. Technical stuff I will deal. Remaining all other queries they will deal. Okay. You can also ask them to provide a demo link as well as today's link. They will give you the video. You can listen it again. Okay. Then you can confirm. No problem. Okay. Hope I have cleared. We can meet again tomorrow. I'm ending the meeting. Is that okay? Right? If you have any query, you can ping me. Or else we can end the meeting now. No problem. Everything is real time. There is no bluff or no lies. Okay? Everything I am going to be explain you clearly. Right. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining. Me, we'll meet again tomorrow, same time, exactly at 9 p.m. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining. I'm ending the session. Thank you.